Guys, as you can tell, it is still freaking raining. The rain has not stopped. It's been continuous. It's going on and on and on. This has been for a few days, 4 or 5 days of just constant rain like this. I am not exaggerating when I say to you constant. 24 hours of non-stop this sound on the top of my roof, driving me freaking nuts. I absolutely cannot believe how much I dislike the sound of rain now, when I used to love the sound of rain on my roof. In general, throughout my life, you know, the sound of rain sounds awesome. The smell of rain is incredible, the freshness. But right now, I tell you right now, I am over it. And I'm sure a lot of people in this state is also over it. The state that I'm living in right now, they have absolutely just an emergency situation going on across the state. Major flooding that has exceeded some other levels of flooding that has happened. It is absolutely bonkers. They're talking about areas of the state like in Gympie where it has exceeded record-breaking levels of like 1850 or something was the last time. I don't know the exact date, but sometime in the 1800s, the last time that they had ever recorded that level that it's reached. There was a time in 1990 something that they had a major flooding event, and then in between there's been floods here and there. Like 2011 flood throughout all of Brisbane, all of Queensland was gone under. It was a really horrible situation. But right now there's areas of the state that are experiencing flooding, record flooding that exceeds those type of events. There's people losing their houses, their livelihoods. It's absolutely just a crazy, insane situation around. And, you know, like, my heart goes out to everybody, because right now, you know, there's people who are losing their homes, their livelihood, their, you know, businesses, and even their life. There's people who've lost their life, sadly, as well, with all the flooding and everything that's been going on. This is nonstop. It's not over yet. It's supposed to continue to rain even for the next freaking 24 hours at least. It still should be raining, apparently. The next week, actually, they're saying it's still going to be wet and rainy and stuff. The dams and the catchment, the releases, things that they do up north, they're like been released. So a lot of places that are already flooding and experiencing this, it's going to get even worse for them, because it's going to, all that water in the next 24 hours is going to be coming down. And so some places can expect even more flooding to happen. And like, we're talking about tons of houses already, like in places like Rocklea and all these different places that have gone under, Gympie gone under. Like, there's lots of areas that are completely, houses underwater, roads broken in half. There's no way to get between Sunshine Coast and Brisbane and Gympie. You can't, because the highways are broken in half. There's water flooded. So the main pipeline, there's a main highway, the Bruce Highway, in this part of this area from, you know, which turns into the M1. If you're driving down, like, there's main pipeline highway of, you know, the state, and, you know, throughout Australia, they have like the main pipeline highway. Well, up here in the Sunshine Coast and Brisbane and Gympie area, it's the Bruce Highway. And that highway is now split. So if you're in the Sunshine Coast, you can't get to Brisbane because it's split in half. If you're in Brisbane, you can't get to the Sunshine Coast. If you're in freaking Gympie, you can't get to the Sunshine Coast. If you're in the Sunshine Coast, you can't get to Gympie. Like, the state, these three major, the biggest areas of Queensland are now split and divided, cut off. They can't get to each other. It's going to cause all kinds of issues for food, getting to people, safety, rescue crews, all this stuff. This is a major weather event. This is not some small thing. This is a major event. The Brisbane River is flooded. The freaking Logan River is flooded. The Mary River is flooded. Um, there's some other places probably I'm missing as well, because there's all kinds of little rivers and streams and creeks and things that are flooded. Areas are flooded in Noosa, in Pomano, in all these different areas, you know, just all over the joint. You know, Ipswich, major flooding in Ipswich, Gympie, Toowoomba, all these places. A lot of people have already gone through this in 2011. The biggest fear right now for a lot of people is, will it see 2011 levels, because 2011 was madness, and already some areas have, like I said, like Gympie, and some areas have already exceeded 2011. They've gotten way more flooding than they've ever had since, like I said, 1800 something. So this is madness, man, and it's a crazy situation. So all I do want to say to all of you guys out there, we're sending you lots of love and support. Every single person who's in the state right now, and also northern New South Wales is going to start getting a bunk of this storm right now as well. I'm really not sure if New South Wales is flooding yet, but usually northern New South Wales tends to flood. A lot of places in New South Wales has flooding issues as well. This is huge. This is madness, and it's crazy. I want to put your guys' mind at ease. From what I've been told, my friend says that we're in a safe area. As far as they know, that we should be safe from the flooding, that this area should not flood. So hopefully that is the case. But you know, again, when areas are breeding 1800 records and things, like, maybe that's, and they're saying is since they've lived here, so that doesn't mean it's never flooded, I guess, if you look from a historical point of view. So anything could happen as long as it keeps raining as it is, because it is nuts and it won't stop. So anyways, guys, just keep everyone in your prayers. And yes, I do have my mask on today. I forgot it yesterday. I made a commitment, if you guys have watched that video, that I want to wear a mask to remind people that through everything that's going on in the world right now, there's still a pandemic. And people need to remember that and not become complacent. So that's why I still wear the mask. I know a lot of people who maybe just pop in the video, don't know why. I don't have it on my nose covering. Obviously, I don't need it on at all, because I'm inside my van alone. I'm not around anyone, so I'm aware of that. I'm fully aware of that. But at the end of the day, I decided I'm going to be that person to just remind people. If you guys see the mask here, maybe where you're at, it might remind you, oh crap, yeah, I'm going to be in an area where there's quite a few people. I'm not able to social distance. Maybe I should carry one of these around or put one on or something, just in case, you know. So that's why. But yeah, guys, this van has just been I've never had this much rain experience, days and days of rain like this in this van. It's driving me crazy, man. I've got water dripping like that all over the van. Non-stop rain. It won't stop. Last night I had water dripping from the back over here onto my head. Just non-stop, keep wiping the water. The condensation, it won't stop building up, and it just everywhere. It's not only condensation, there is some leaks that I know are happening over, like, in here in this area. I've never been in the van this long with this much rain. Like, it's crazy. Everywhere I look, there's just water dripping all over the place. My floor is wet. My bench gets water patches on it. This keeps the fridge, I keep wiping that down. Back here is completely wet on the ground. All these areas. It's just madness, man. Since I put it together. And it's, like I said, you know, I showed you guys earlier, I've got rain dripping, like water dripping and leaking from various areas. Last night when I was sleeping, I had rain freaking dripping onto my head and stuff. I had to move, I had to wipe it all down. I'm constantly just wiping stuff. because I'm getting nonstop condensation, even with the fan on, and getting air circulating and things is still happening. You know, it's just tons and tons everywhere. It's just soaked. I've got soaked, like my carpet, everything is soaked in here, and just it's just crazy. Again, I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to count my blessings, because I know things could always be worse, especially with a lot of places that I have parked over the past year. I know I would have definitely been in areas that would be flooded right now. So I'm blessed that right now I'm parked in an area that hopefully won't be subjective to flooding and stuff. But yeah, I'm really blessed. It's scary actually thinking about some of these areas that I would have definitely, without a doubt, been parked, and I would have been, yeah, you know, especially if I'd been asleep or something and didn't know what was going on. Like, you just don't know that floodwaters can just rise so quick. And I'm not the best swimmer. I know how to swim. I taught myself how to swim, but and there's a period of time where I, you know, swam a bit more. Like, you know, after teaching myself how to swim, one of the places, apartment complexes, when I taught myself how to swim, had an indoor pool that no one used. No one was ever there. So I took it upon myself to teach myself how to swim then. And I taught myself how to swim, but it's something that I don't do often now that I haven't had access to a pool in a very long time. I'm not one of those people who'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go swimming today. Never, you know, except when I had the opportunity to be that kind of person when I lived in an apartment complex that had a pool that no one used. So, you know, I'm not the best swimmer, and I'm out of practice. I mean, I think I could still probably, you know, but swimming in a stable pool and having to swim in floodwaters is a whole different thing, man. The current of the water pulling you down, nah. I ain't never swam in nothing like that, so I don't want to have to find out what that's like. So, and wherever you are, I encourage you to stay out of the water, you know, as well. If you don't need to be in the water, don't go exploring, and you know, which I'm guilty of doing in the past. I'll admit it, because I was filming my movie, though. I was filming a horror movie that, oh, this brings back memories, because I remember when the flood happened, the big floods happened. I happened to have been in Brisbane area, Gold Coast, Brisbane, this whole region, when the 2011 floods happened, and it was madness, dude. And I was shooting my horror movie, and it really breaks my heart, because I had some amazing footage. That being said, things that we did to get some really cool, priceless footage at the time, and unfortunately, all that stuff, see, that just brings back memories of everything that got stolen out of my storage unit. All that footage gone for this movie. It was 99% shot and edited and done and ready. Breaks my heart. Still to this day, one of those things I haven't been able to really, so I don't like thinking about it, but it's hard not to, because all this rain. I did have my experience where I did make some kind of, in the name of filming, you know, obviously not having the budget to freaking film, make your own floodwater scenes, you know, in real life, you know, not having that kind of budget, took advantage of the rain and the flooding that time to incorporate it into the story of the movie. I should do a whole video on this. I will. Anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know what's going on, and that I'm safe, because I know a lot of people would be watching the news and know that there's this extreme flooding going on. This mask does not work really well for talking like my other one. My other ones are better, but I like this one because it looks a bit more fashionable. Yeah, I know a lot of you guys would be worried and concerned and want to know that I was safe, especially being in my van. I could be parked in any area that could have been flooded, but yeah, guys, at the moment I seem to be in a safe area, and I want you guys to, just everyone else, wherever you are, please stay safe. Please take the necessary precautions to keep you, your family, your friends safe. Don't take any unnecessary risk. I really highly, highly, highly suggest you do that. And also, with your vehicles, I should do a separate video on this as well, because people have this misconception about their vehicles. They think they can just fly through water and it's going to be fine. You're risking not only your life, but you're also risking destroying your vehicle, completely killing your engine. I might do a whole video on this. Anyways, I'm going to end this video here. I just want to let you guys know I'm okay, and just like, yeah, I am going mad with all the rain, non-stop rain. See, every once in a while, it gets a little bit like this, and you start thinking, oh, is it going to stop? And then a second later, it's madness again. And you're just like, oh, okay. But, like I said, I'm not complaining, because things could always be worse. And I do have a roof over my head, even though it's a wet one. I have one. So I'll take rain dripping on my head over rain, and rain dripping us some moisture or wetness dripping from my roof of my van, as opposed to it dripping from outside with nothing cover. I'll take this any day. So anyways, the other thing is, it's a blessing at the moment as well, because some areas have lost their electricity and power and things like that as well. And at the moment, still have power, which is good, because if I see, it's the thing, guys, like if I did not have the mains power connected to this van, I would have no power right now, and I would have lost everything in my fridge. I would have lost everything, because I've had no solar for 4 or 5 days, no sun, nothing, just cloud and rain. I would have had no power. I would have lost my fridge of food. So it's another blessing that that's still working right now. But yeah, be safe, everyone, and thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to hopefully get some more. I know you guys want some more reaction videos and stuff, so hopefully we'll get some more of those up to you today. Just depends how quickly the net will upload as to how much content I can get up for you guys today. But anyways, I'm in this one here so it doesn't get too long and take extra long to upload. Love you guys. As always, remember to the fullest, keep it off tap. Stay safe. We're out.